Hey y'all, it's Kathy Joe. How you doing? I know I'm a hot mess here, right? The dogs. Um, the video today, y'all. I only have 5 DIYs. I know y'all are used to like tons of them, but I'm having issues with recording and stuff like that. But I did make this little scarecrow. I didn't get the finishing because it just kept cutting me off. But I picked the winner. I didn't pick the winner. I did a random YouTube picker, and it picks the winner, and the winner of the t-shirt was Amy from Bella's Bargains. And you can't make this stuff up. And anyway, just stay tuned because I'm going to be doing more giveaways. And I love you guys. And listen, if I've drawn your name and you really need to email me and give me your address so I can get this stuff mailed to you for anything that you've won and you guys have seen me put on here. But I love y'all. I hope you have a blessed weekend. Let's get on with the video. Okay, y'all, right here, I got that fabric from the Dollar Tree. Now, I had already cut it open because I wanted to feel what it was like. But anyway, I'm just going to iron it out to get it as, you know, get all the wrinkles out of it as much as possible. Okay, I'm going to take that little pumpkin there thing I got from the Dollar Tree. I've had that for 2 years, y'all, and had no clue what to do with it. Well, I figured it out. So I take an ink pen, but I need a fabric pen. I would suggest y'all use something better than an ink pen, because then I end up switching to an orange Sharpie. That wasn't any better because it was hard to trace that out. But anyway, after I get it all traced out, there we go. I'm going to set it aside, and I'm going to take this fabric here from the Dollar Tree. And this one came from Walmart. It was like 98 cents. I've had it for like 2 years, y'all. Anyway, it's been laying around a while, and I iron them out the best I can too. So I got me a piece of poster board here, and I'm going to lay out my brown fabric. And what I'm going to do is mark it. I don't know if I'm doing this right or the way average people would do it, but I figure things out the way it works for me. So anyway, and I've just marked how big my fabric was. And I'm just going to make sure I use my ruler to get that straight so I don't jack that up, because y'all know I can jack some stuff up. Anyway, I'm going to cut that out because I need to make sure I have the size of my fabric, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to make my own pattern. So I trace out my pumpkin here, but I'm only going to trace the outside. First I started it without, and I'm like, dude, I got to trace this, do it the best I can. But I'm not going to add those little leaves and stuff to it. So I just try to follow, and I erase a lot, y'all, a lot. Just try to follow the pattern there that I have traced out on the poster board. Sorry, y'all. And anyway, see, I'm erasing a lot. So, it still ended up coming out okay. Y'all, I think this is adorable. So, anyway, I get that traced out to what I think it need to be. And I don't know why I'm showing you me doing this long, because I'm crazy and y'all know I can't edit. But anyway, then I'm going to cut it out. And surely, okay, good. Woo! Anyway, and then I lay it out there on my brown fabric, and I take a black Sharpie and I trace it out. Now, yeah, that's going to be okay, because I cut right inside the line to where it cuts that off. Well, not right here, y'all see me just, but yeah, right there, I'm just going to cut right inside the line, because, you know, your face is always a bit bigger, and then Sharpies mark big. But anyway, so there I know y'all's like, just gee whiz, you're confusing me so much. There I got that other fabric. It is so pretty, y'all. I love that. It's brown and white, and I think that's so pretty. But anyway, there's my pumpkin I just did, and I'm gonna try to get it even there best I can on the other. Believe it or not, that was a fat quarter also. It wasn't a chunky dime. It actually was the same size as my fat quarter this time. Anyway, I'm just going to take my hot glue there, and I'm going to glue my stem down. And then I'm just going to work all the way around my pumpkin. I burnt myself multiple times, y'all, doing this. All the way around my pumpkin, but I mean, I start off like that, upside down. I know y'all was like, that's crazy, but see, here we go. After I got the stem glued down, I flip it, and then I go ahead and glue it, yeah. Now, I have fabric hot glue in my glue gun. You can get that at Walmart. Who sells it, y'all? Come on now, help me out here. The glue guns, the black and green glue guns, I even have a couple of them. Sure Bonder, and you can get them at Walmart. Anyway, yeah, I know, mass confusion. But I'm going to glue it all the way down to the end, and I end up leaving just that one little hump, the bottom hump. I don't know what you call it. And then I'm going to cut this out. Now, it ain't like this was hard, but it was kind of tedious, and I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, I got it all cut out. And I had to cut on the outside of it to cut the orange off. Is that right? Inside of one, outside the... I don't know. But anyway, I cut the orange off. And now I'm just going to cut my fabric off. Now, you can just cut it pretty close. But down at the bottom, try to get it as close as possible where you're going to be gluing it together. And we're going to flip it inside out. And I got to push my little humps out. I haven't done that yet. Y'all be able to see them in a minute. And I'm going to lay down my white fabric that I cut off, cut out, whatever I did, right there. Goodness. And then here, I'm out of frame. You can't see, but I take a piece of parchment paper and stick it up in there so I don't glue the front to the back. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to glue this, hot glue this little pumpkin that I just cut out down on my pillow. Should I have just done it round and not put the stem on it, or what? You know what I mean? Should I just did a square pillow and put this pumpkin? I thought it was cute to cut out a pumpkin and put a pumpkin. That's just my opinion, but y'all let me know what you think. And you can be nice about it. I know 99.9% of yous are. Anyway, so I'm just going to hot glue it everywhere. Yep, all over it. Even right there in them cracks, because I don't want it like flopping, you know what I mean? Look, y'all, I made the cutest little scarecrow, but I can't get it to fit in my video. Some reason my data's getting all used up, and I can barely do my voiceovers. I don't know what's going on. I can't hardly get anything to go in my videos. So anyway, yeah, I'm just going to apparently show y'all me gluing that down, and I don't know why, but y'all know how to glue it now. And I'm just going to take some of that stuff. Polyfill, I'm sorry, y'all. And make sure you shove it up in your stem and over in your humps so your humps will pop out. You know what I mean? And there again, out of frame I am. But I'm going to take them little clips from the Dollar Tree and my glue, and I'm just going to glue my little seam shut right there. Yeah. And I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm just gluing it shut, and I guess I want to make sure y'all saw me gluing it shut. Sorry, y'all. Anyway, and then that little piece that was left over, I just decided to keep it and just fold it over the back of my little pillow. Y'all, this is so cute, I think. I think it's a cute accent piece to have around. Jessie likes it. But anyway, I took that cardboard there that came out of my fabric, and I made it into a tag, and I just crinkled it up real good with my hands. And then, yeah, cut it in the shape of a tag. And then with my pencil, I think I wrote, I love fall most of all. So, yeah, I think that's what it was. And anyway, I just used my old handwriting. And then I go over it with a Sharpie. And on the downstrokes, go with the thicker Sharpie. But you can't even really tell in the end. And I'm going to take my little crocodile and cut a little hole in it. And I'm going to take a piece of jute and I'm going to run it through the hole. No, I'm not. Well, I am, but first I'm going to take some Waverly Antique Wax and distress my little tag all the way around the edges and run the brush over top of it a little bit. And then I'm going to take jute and put it in the hole, and I just tie a double knot, I think. That was it. And I cut it off straight. I didn't like do a lark's head knot or nothing like that. Then I'm going to take these little beads. I got those from Amazon forever ago, y'all. Forever. Yeah. And then I'm going to make a shoestring bow with the jute. And then I'm going to take pieces of all the fabric left over and cut little slits in them and rip it all down, because I'm going to make me a little shabby bow like this. And I put it all together, and then I'm like, oh, let me use the other one too. So then I reach over and grab the other one and do that also. And then, and then, I don't know. Oh, whatever. Anyway, and then I just tie it all with the piece of that fabric that's left. I double knot it. And then I'm going to take my tag and my little bow with the beads on it. And I'm going to hot glue. First, I'm going to hot glue my tag to my bow. I'm trying to go slow on some stuff, y'all. I know so many of you want me to go slower. So maybe I'm not going slow on the right things. I mean, y'all know how to glue stuff down. Anyway, and then I glue it down. Yeah, I went fast on everything else except gluing my bow on. And then I glue my little shoestring bow on it. And y'all, we're going to call this one done. And I think it's adorable. And I hope y'all like it. And I just, yeah, Jess likes it. She just laid her head on it and took a nap. So maybe it'll be her pillow. Isn't that cute, y'all? I think it's adorable. Maybe the bow's a bit too much. Maybe because you can't really see my pumpkin that well, can you? Because maybe it's the way the pillow's setting. I think the bow, I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. So I got these two canvases from the Five Below. And there's SKU number for it. You guys, those are huge. You get two of them for $5. That was in my haul that I did. And I like to go ahead and pry all my staples out of it. And then when I get that canvas off, I'm going to sand it down real good. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know how it goes and how we do it. And I'm going to take my Folk Art Home Decor wood tint, and I'm going to stain my entire frame. I'm going to put the stain on and take the stain off. Well, yeah, I'm not going to, like, take it off in some magical way. I'm going to wipe it off with a paper towel. Then I'm going to take my canvas, and I'm going to cut the like, really raggedy parts off. And I take a big chippy brush here, and I'm going to paint it with truffle chalk paint by Waverly. No, I wasn't looking for perfection. I just gave it one coat. Now, I'm going to take that same little pumpkin I just made the pillow with, and I'm going to take plaster chalk paint by Waverly. And I take that little sponge dauber there and dobby, dob. And I like dab off the excess of the paint, but then, you know, dobby, dob. Y'all, that bled awful. Look, it was terrible. I should have checked it way before. I was like, oh no. So then I take this stencil brush from the Dollar Tree, the one that's flat on the end, not the one that's like chibi brushes, and I pounce, and I didn't pounce, and then I go all the way around the outside of my pumpkin, all the way around the edge, pouncing up and down and up and down and up and down. And there, look, that came out great. So I just cleaned that up. I just took my truffle chalk paint and cleaned up all those areas that the other dauber messed up. Yeah, well, actually, I messed up because I should have checked it sooner. And then I'm going to hot glue the very corners of my frame down. And I'm going to pull it real tight just to get it, you know, where I can flip it. It ain't flopping, so I can staple it down. And I took my utility knife and I cut all that excess off sides. Now, when you staple, y'all pull it tight as you can, because you don't want it, everything's flopping to me today. You don't want it flopping around. And on my Cricut, I cut out, I don't know, Harvest Blessings. I ripped my G right in half. I kind of wish I'd used a different color, because that white just blends right in with that plaster chalk paint. But, oh well, I didn't. I still think it's cute. And I just tied knots in the end of my jute, pulled it really tight, stapled it down, made my hanger. There it is. That's it. That's simple, nothing else. And I think that's just cute as can be. I really do. I can't help myself. And that turned out to be a great stencil, y'all. I'm keeping it for a stencil. Yeah. Y'all think it's cute? Okay, right here, I wasn't filming. I took one of them pumpkins from the Dollar Tree and my heat tool and my Cricut spatula and I pried the pieces off. Because that's the only way I can do it. I don't have enough talent to do it otherwise. And I take cashew chalk paint by Waverly. I flip it over and I paint the backside. And I give it one coat. And now I'm going to take some Mod Podge here. Now, y'all, this stuff sucked up the Mod Podge. This wood. I've never had it to do this. It was crazy. But make sure you cover like the sides, like the edges real good so your paper will stick real good. Yeah, real good, real good, real good. Anyway, I don't know why I'm going to town on it, ain't I? Look at that beautiful paper. Got a Hobby Lobby. As soon as I saw it, I knew what I wanted to do with it. And I bought that stuff back in June. Yes. Anyway, with my Mod Podge pieces, I just put my pieces down on my piece of scrapbooking paper, y'all. And I just rub it down real good with my hands everywhere. I like to go around the edges of it with my thumb, my fingers, to make sure it's sticking down real good. Now, I didn't change the back, and I didn't do anything to the back of the sign, because you can make it a double-sided sign. So here I put entirely too much Mod Podge down. It had a big blob that was in it and made a big blob of it squish out. But anyway, I'm just trying to take a lot of it off with that brush, just clean it off. Because if you got too thick of Mod Podge or too wet, you're going to get wrinkles. And I never get wrinkles with it, guys. I don't know. I just don't. I never get wrinkles in my scrapbooking paper. Anyway, I just lay it down. That piece of paper, isn't that pretty? I bought them together because I knew they were just going to match. But anyway, I'll just put another piece up there and piece that down. But I just rub it real good with my hands all around it and make sure there's no bubbles and wrinkles, and that's it, y'all. And then I'm going to take that home decor. I did the stem and then I end up changing it later because I figured the bow was going to cover most of it anyway. That's why I didn't fill the hole. And then, yeah, I just end up doing something completely different here in a little bit. But I just, like, give some accents to my pumpkin. I know the pieces are going to go over it, but whatever showed from behind, I wanted you to be able to see that was pretty, not just flat. I don't know. Anyway, and then I cut off my excess right there. And then I'm going to take my my Cricut knife and I'm going to cut all that paper loose off, whatever, you know what I'm saying, you guys. Anyway, after I do that, I'm going to flip it over and sand it down. I'm going to sand all the excess off the best I can. I mean, you try to get as... Oh, I know why, because I wanted to sand the edges because I wanted it to be, like, scuffed up. Even, yeah, sanded there on top of it. See, I do stuff, and then I'm like, why in the world? And here, I'm just going to trace the stem out of my pumpkin with that pretty paper. Because I want my stem to match the pretty paper. Anyway, yeah, see, totally different direction. Da-da-da-da. Just put a little bit of Mod Podge down. It don't take much. And then just going to slap that on there. Look, I've had that Mod Podge wrapped up in that saran wrap for 2 weeks, y'all. Still using that brush. Anyway, going to take some hot glue and hot glue this bad boy down. Man, I made sure there was a lot of hot glue down. Socked that to her, didn't I? Anyway, and I did that one too. I don't know why. I was meaning business today with the hot glue. Or that day, not today. Anyway, look, isn't that pretty, y'all? I love that. And then I was like, well, that kind of, I didn't like that cashew. So I wanted to make it darker. So I went ahead and added that stain to the whole pumpkin and wiped it down a little bit with a wet wipe. And yeah, I like that better. I think it looks better. But anyway, then I'm going to fill up my little bottle with glue sticks. And then I'm going to hot glue my pumpkin down there. And y'all, I'm sorry, I got to let the dogs out. And it's going to be loud a minute. Isn't that beautiful together? I love that. And then I'm going to take some of those beads there that I got from the Walmart forever ago. They're just like beige colored. They just really, really match that scrapbooking paper. Yeah, in that pumpkin. So pretty. And I'm just going to put it on some jute. And I don't do like a lark's head knot or anything like that. I just run, look at my needle wear. It goes right through, pulls that, I doubled up that jute and it pulls it right through that hole. That's that Beadalon needle. Think I have it in my description box, y'all. They're really cheap. You get like 3 or 4 in a pack. I love that thing. Anyway, I got that pick at a flea market this past weekend. Y'all, this person had craft stuff, and she was like, she gave me a Dollar Tree plastic bag or Dollar General plastic bag, and she said, fill it up, $5 a bag. And I said, woo-wee, y'all, woo-wee. Anyway, and I did. I'll show y'all what I got later. But anyway, I cut that tip off that pick to shorten it, and then I wrapped it in jute because I wanted the glue to have something more sturdy to hold on to, stick to, you know what I mean? Instead of just that thin little pick, because that's all I was going to put on there. And anyway, I think I should have darkened, like, painted those beads, like, anyway, it don't matter, you can't hardly see them. So here, I'm going to take some of that gingham ribbon from the Dollar Tree, that orange and brown, I love that stuff, and that one with the pumpkin on it, and some orange burlap, that came from the Walmart. I'm just cutting it up. What else? I just take all kind of ribbons that I think matches that paper and that, both those papers, those colors. And I take raffia, and now I make, put down my wire tie, and then I make an X and put one down the center, and then X and X and put one down the center. Now, I don't match them up because I saw Amber Strong for the first time ever make this Macy bow, so I just started doing it how she did it. So that's just, you know, you get in the habit of doing things. So you do you, boos. You do you, girls or guys, all y'all. Anyway, so I'm just going to tighten up my thing, and I'm just going to cut all that excess off, and I'm going to fluff her out. And then whatever I don't like the looks of, I'll cut it off. Or, you know what I mean? I just keep cutting it till I get it how I like it. And then I put a piece of ribbon across my wire tie there to give more stability to my bow that I'm gluing down. Sometimes if it just, that wire tie will fall off. You got to really suck the glue to your bow, and I didn't want to hold in my pieces of my ribbon down. So anyway, hot glue that down, fluff it up again, and then cut off more that I didn't like. I didn't like where it was laying or where it was hanging, so I just cut it off. Yeah. And that's the end of that one, you guys. And I think that is beautiful. What do y'all think? I mean, look at that. I love those collars. Like I said, and soon as I saw that paper, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it. I hope y'all like it too. Yes, I do. Okay, y'all. Miss Jackie Carnes, you go, girl. Sent me these little nesting boxes from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to take all the stickers off with my hit tool, my Hitman, oh, forget it. Y'all saw what I did. Anyway, and I'm going to remove all the stuff there from it, but I'm going to save it. Then I'm going to sand it down with my little finger sanding Miss Jackie sent me. Anyway, I wipe it all down, and then I'm going to do like a messy coat. You know what I mean? Not fully covered, but covered pretty heavy. Y'all know what I'm saying? All over all 3 boxes, inside, outside, upside, downside, everywhere. And I'm going to take this scrapbooking paper here from the Hobby Lobby. Seems like I used a lot of scrapbooking paper in this one. But, and I'm going to take a paintbrush and the bottle of water I was drinking because I was too lazy to go get any other water. And I just took my wet paintbrush. Now, when it's paper, you got to give it a few swirps and let it set a second before you get it to rip apart. Because I wanted it ripped, I didn't want it to be perfectly cut out. You know what I'm saying? I say that a lot. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You catching what I'm throwing. Brice saying that makes me laugh. Anyway, yeah, and then I'm just tearing it loose there, y'all. And I go through and I do that to but like the trucks, different ones, and the sunflowers and the pumpkins, and then I have a coordinating piece of paper, piece of scrapbooking paper that I do it with. Way too much Mod Podge there, y'all. Just thin coats of Mod Podge. I don't know why people use so much Mod Podge. It doesn't take that much to make that stuff stick. I mean, shoot, you leave it on your fingers for 2 seconds, your fingers will get stuck together. You know what I mean? And anyway, so I'm just going to Mod Podge all these little pieces down, just ones I want, to my boxes. Yeah, that little truck on there, it's cute. Laid it down crooked, pulled it up, had to put it down straight again. And I want to make sure y'all was there for me the whole time to support me in my hard time there, getting that truck straight. Anyway, I ain't got a lick of sense. See, way too much Mod Podge. I'm not used to the squeezing bottle, and then it gets bubbles in it, and then it plops a big blob out. So, anyway, and I put little things on all 4 sides of each box. There's that coordinating paper I was telling you about, and I take some of that stuff, and I do the same thing. Anyway, and then I got a piece of scrap wood on my garage. Now, this thing is like 19 inches long, I think. But anyway, when everything dries, I put Mod Podge over top of it. And then when it dries again, I sand off the excess around the edges. And now I'm going to take that home decor folk art wood tint, and I first start going around my edges. And then I'm like, well, then I'll start rounding. I like the straight. You guys may not like this at all, and y'all may be like, why didn't you just leave it white? I like this look. This is what I like. And y'all can do it. Paint it any color you want. It's all for inspiration, you guys. I want y'all to be happy with what y'all create. So, anyway, yeah. And then I take the brush horizontal and then vertical to make it look like checks. Like a plaid look. Anyway, yeah, and now I'm deciding, well, I better tell them how. And y'all don't have to do this either. I put mine 7 inches apart, and I did this because if I wanted to set something tall in it, I still have that ability to do so. Now, y'all might, first I was going to put pumpkins in it, set it close together, and trickle them down, and have little pumpkins, smaller, larger in the boxes. And then as I started going, I started changing my mind, because I thought that'd be cute as a little tear tray. And you know what? If I hadn't put the pumpkin stuff, I might use it year-round on my desk anyway to put stuff in. And having that height will be really convenient. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just talking year off. Anyway, so I'm just going to take some hot glue and glue it down at first. Now, if y'all have electric stapler, you can put your brads in that, or just have a regular stapler, like a heavy-duty stapler. I take I call it a peel, my nail gun there, and I put some 5/8 inch brads in it, and there it is, y'all. And I think this is adorable. I love it. Look here, my little boxer with this windmill. Look at it. Oh, you can't see anything there. Look at that truck. I think that looks so good. Y'all may not like the height separation, like I said, but I did that for a reason. Maybe I could have done a little bit shorter, but see, that little short bottle in there is really close to the top. Okay, y'all, right here, I got one of them little fish bowls from the Dollar Tree, and one of these candle holders from the Dollar Tree. I think and one of them lids from one of them little jar things, trinket boxes from the Dollar Tree, and some nautical rope. Y'all, this thing, oh my gosh, I think it's so cute. But anyway, so I'm going to clean it all really good with alcohol, and then remove my tag, and then I'm going to give that one light coat of Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint, and then I'm going to take parchment paper and put it down over my excuse me, y'all, I'm allergies and sinuses, around my little fish bowl thing there. And because I was going to start there, but I started somewhere else. So I take and make these loops, and I make them about I'm so sorry, probably about 5.5, 6 inches, and I make 4 loops, and I made them way too long. So I start wrapping the remainder, because that was just a piece of nautical rope I had left over. Start wrapping the remainder of the nautical rope around, and I wrap it tight. Tight. That reminds me of that. Oh, no. Anyway, and I'm going to take, got another piece and started on it. And again, y'all, wrap it really, really tight. And I wrap it until I'm like, that's too long. So, I take and, I tacked it down a couple places as I went, and then I cut the loops open at the end, and that's when I was like, oh man, that's too long. So I trimmed off and cut it off. Apparently I didn't show you all that. Anyway, so I made it, now it's about 4 inches, yeah, and I just wrap it all the way to the top, but I don't wrap the end. I just leave them straggly like pieces of the nautical rope showing. You see what I'm saying? And then I bend it and shape it. But I'm going to take some, I feel like I'm lost. I've gotten lost somewhere. I take some Aleene's tacky glue and some hot glue. And I'm going to glue it down to my little lid there. I meant to glue it center, but I don't know how centered it is. I think it is just where my stem's bent, my peduncle's bent. It looks funny. So I'm going to take some nautical rope and start it on my lid. And wrap it and wrap it and wrap it and wrap it all the way around. Yeah, I don't know, yeah. Sorry, y'all, my throat's hurting. Anyway, and then I set it on my fishbowl with that parchment paper, and I'm trying to glue the rope to the rope, but I'm not doing a very good job. So I do get some glued to the parchment paper, but that's okay. That'll rip right off there. So anyway, I just made it go down further so it could sit on my fishbowl good. Y'all. And then, sorry. I got one of these push lights from Dollar Tree. Mine had stopped selling them. They just brought them back. And they take 3 AAA batteries. And look, I put a piece of Werther's Original in my mouth to suck on it, to eat it. And she wanted it. And she was not going to stop with me until I gave it to her. Y'all ain't seen her in a minute. Look at it. She's so sweet. So I give her my candy. She's like, wait a minute. I don't know about that. She's like, oh, yeah, I'll take it. So, yeah. She took my candy. She's spoiled rotten. I shouldn't have gave it to her, but I did. Anyway, I put my batteries in my little light, and I'm going to hot glue it down in my lid there. Real good. Yeah. Real good. But I had to make sure I could still get it off. Yep, there we go then. And I'm going to take antique wax. And I want my candlestick there to look like wood. So that's my goal. And I'm going to take 4 pieces of jute. It's thicker jute that I get from Walmart. And I'm going to wrap it like 4 pieces like across from each other to make like my, what's them called? Ribs of a pumpkin? Or veins? What is it? Ribs? Veins? I don't remember. Y'all told me and I already forgot. So, I'm going to take Gorilla Glue, the equivalent E6000, and some hot glue, which is Gorilla Glue sticks. And I'm going to glue that together. And I'll let that set for 24 hours, y'all. And then I'm going to take nautical rope after it dries. And I'm going to start wrapping again to the bottom part of it. This thing, it should not fall apart. And this thing weighs 30 pounds. With the glass and the nautical rope. And that lid, oh my goodness. Look how cute it is, y'all. I love this. You can make a little candy dish. I love it. But I put some Spanish moss in it and some little pumpkins. I was first going to fill it up with little pumpkins and little this and that and bric and brac and all that jazz. And then I'm like, no, I went real simple. I just put one single pumpkin in it. That one came from Walmart last year. And then some berries in it. And there it is, y'all. It's my little pumpkin lamp. It's so cute. I don't know why. I was like, I don't know what made me think of it, but I was like, oh, that's going to be cute. And there it is. I think it's adorable. I don't know. Anyway, here's everything, y'all. I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. I mean, you guys just mean absolute world to me. I appreciate y'all so, so very much. I cannot even with you guys. I mean, I don't know what I do without you sometimes. Y'all give me somebody to talk to and somebody to laugh with and act silly with and just act up and have fun. But anyway, I pray y'all have a blessed weekend. I love you. Mwah. You guys, look at these beautiful recreations. Miss Jackie Carnes made this, the little pumpkins. I did those last year, and then the jute pumpkin, or nautical pumpkin. And look here, Miss Diane Woods, her take on it. These are beautiful, you guys. I'm so very proud of y'all. These are just absolutely amazing. Y'all just blow my mind. This is Miss Monica Higgins, her sign. And here is Miss Sandra McGowan, and she made the little screen door that I made. Y'all are amazing. I'm telling you.